after all, I've been carrying unknowingly, right, with the kind of weight on my shoulder, that it's okay not to work. It's okay to be on a hospital bed for weeks. It's okay to have my wife to look after me. It's okay to have my wife to look after the children. It's okay to let go.
It's okay to take a break.
To take a break as a father or a spouse. We don't need. Strength is not about carrying the load. Strength is also to be able to receive and to be able to take the support that the rest could give.
Thank you. Thank you for coming to do this podcast with me.
It's my pleasure.
It's really special because it's a personal journey for me. I wanted to have a podcast where I talk to my friends and, when asked about their life experience. And I know that this will always be fruitful in a way to me and to anyone who hear about it. Like personally, I like to watch like Channel News Asia, Talking Point, or Master of Finance, where they talk to people in their field about their business, about how they come to where they are now. I love to listen to such shows, and it is a way to know what these people experience.
I know.
Learn from their experience. It's something very. I think it's something. It will be very beneficial to everybody.
Yeah.
That's why coming back to why I wanted to do this podcast is to reconnect with my friend. Which I feel there is a lack of such connection. We are so used to social medias, Facebook. And some of us are not active on social medias, and we are only on LinkedIn. So we will only know your personal well-being, right?
Yeah.
So, and you are one of the people that I want to invite to talk to because we have known each other for so long.
I know, right?
wait, I can't even recall what it must be like 20 years.
Yeah.
Is it possible?
It's almost 20 years. Yeah,
right.
It's almost 20 years.
Like when I'm in my 20s, right?
Yeah.
I remember I knew you when you just in the first few years of your line.
Yeah.
I know you on the street.
I know, right?
I know you on the street. And then where people I know you on the street. So and then from there we connected, and when I started out my first job, you were also very supportive. You were supportive right from the start, right?
It's my privilege.
Yeah, and even until now, 20 years later, we kept in contact. You are still as supportive as ever. So, but then we are always not just between us, like ourselves. Even with a lot of our friends, we only know what is posted online. So when it's not posted online, we don't know what's going on. But I want to know more, because what we see on Instagram is always a pretty picture.
Yeah,
it's
know,
always
right?
a pretty picture.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't know what this person is going through. So, for example, very recently, I met up with a secondary school friend. We sat down after more than 20 years. I think secondary school friend must be like 20 over years already. So must be like 30 years ago. I review my age. Right? So when I sat down with her, she tell like we had a very good conversation. And she's also going through a hard time, which we do not know. So at some point she got emotional too. So we feel for each other. Everybody has gone through, stages in their life,
Yep.
and they are people you want to keep in contact because they have a certain place in your heart, and they are really authentic people.
Yeah.
So thank you again.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes.
It's really a privilege, Rachel. It's although I'm feeling a bit, truly a bit uncomfortable, but I want to be genuine. I want to share with you as much as possible. And I think besides supporting you, right, you felt that with that perspective. My perspective is thank you for supporting all these years as well, in this relationship, friendship, although we don't connect a lot all the time, but every time we talk, I was able to connect with you very quickly. So it's also something that I appreciate.
Yes. I think it's your character.
Oh, okay.
You are a very you are a very personal, have a very personal character, and I think whoever speak to you, I think majority or all of them could connect with you.
I hope so.
I think this is a very rare character, rare traits.
Oh, thank
yes.
you. I take it as a compliment.
It is. Yeah.
I guess probably it's my thoughts process, but
Yeah. You think very thorough, and I mean through these years, right? Let's start with your career. I have seen you from the beginning of the career. Right from the start to this point where you have keep stepping up. You keep stepping up and expanding yourself. Doing more, giving back more to your company, to the people around you. So what keeps you going?
Yeah, I guess I always believe before I joined the line truly, I was thinking at a crossroad. I was thinking whether what I can make, a difference to myself, to my family, and to the people, to my peers and to the people that I work with. I wanted to, have a purpose. So then I thought about, what is my purpose being here for the family, right? What's my purpose at that time was just got married, so started a family. Then I also thought about my parents and also my children to be, I know I think quite a bit, right? But I thought, career is not just about working, but I also wanted to, the purpose is to make a difference in people's life. So what gets me going all these years, right? I see joy because, when people have joy, right? I'm also happy. So if people are down, I'm also an emotional person, right? A person is down, I feel that I empathize the person and I want to see how I could help the person. So that really gets me going. Yeah. So seeing satisfaction, happiness with people also bring joy to myself. Yeah. So what I do is in my career, in every stage, I see, changing people's life and my own family life, to be able to spend more time with my little ones. That gets me going. Yeah.
I admire you in that way. I can see that in you. Yes, because you are always putting others first. I feel you're putting your others first, your family first, your clients first. I think more than yourself. Do you agree? Do you agree?
I think my loved ones does tell me that.
Huh? Right? Yes, I can see that.
Yeah, but that is always, I guess, I remember my secondary school teacher wrote this in my report, but we were quite surprised. He said those people who know you will benefit from you. And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? So until in the later stage in life, my spouse, does tell me that part of me.
Yeah. It is rare gem. Rare gem.
I yeah.
Yeah.
I mean it brings satisfaction to myself as well. So it's not just giving only I receive in the other
You do,
manner.
yeah, because if you
Yeah.
keep giving but you do not feel, you're on the receiving end, you it has to drain. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
which
yeah.
I find many people have that feeling of
Mm.
being draining after a certain period in their work or career. They feel that I'm being drained. It's just a work to me.
I do. Not
You
that I
do?
don't. I do.
Mm-hmm.
But I am able to fill up the other portion.
Right.
Yeah. Actually, it's because I'm a Christian,
Yes.
so I do draw a lot from my God.
The
Yeah.
strength to give you strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel a bit tired. The good thing is I have this little gift that when I go to bed, I kind of knock out.
I know.
So the sleep kind of fill me up. Then the next day I'm charged again.
Yeah, I remember you have a very selective hearing. And I remember when you at one point when your baby was very young, and just a little bit of sound, and you will wake up.
Yeah, I'll wake
But
up.
any other noise is like they cancel off.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know.
right, yeah,
But
right.
do you come to any point in your career where you feel like there's a plateau?
Actually, I do. Here and there, I must say. But the good thing is this plateau is always very short. Because when I hit a plateau, I then look at why I'm here. And because I ask myself, I talk to myself, why am I here? And then when I look at the purpose, right, it kind of just snap out.
Wow.
Yeah. So many a times in the part of my career, it does. In fact, before joining this industry, right, I was on a crossroad. Before age 30, I already was retrenched. Can you imagine?
Oh.
I took a retrenchment. In fact, I asked for the retrenchment. Then I got retrenched. So I asked myself, at that time, I was in the plateau, in the crossroad. Why? Because I was thinking, where am I going next? I seems to, then I went back right to the start. Where do I want to be truly? So I want to be in control. I want to be, my rewards, my family, autonomy. So I start to list down what I actually wanted. So with that aim, right, I walk towards that aim. So every time when I hit a plateau, I come back to what I want for my family, what I want to make a difference in people's lives. So that it always helped me to, maneuver back to where I want to go.
Wait, that's a very strong self-awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very strong awareness of clearly knowing, what you want to do in life. At least where you're going. This is what you want to achieve, or that thing in you to get you there.
Yeah.
Like what you want to do. And many people, I think, even don't have that. It's still finding purpose. People in their 20s, people even in their 30s, I would say even maybe some people in their 40s, they will be at some point, they will be asking, 20s will be, I'm wondering, I don't know what I want to do. 30s will be thinking, is this right for me? Do I want to do this for the next, 20, 30 years? And people in their 40s will probably be thinking, okay, how long do I have to go more, They will keep asking ourselves questions. But if we can give any advice to the young people, like people in their 20s or starting out, how do adults find informal mentors?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. In a career, right?
Yes.
I always believe the situation is the boss, actually. Situation is the boss because every time in a daily basis, we face different challenges in a career. To find a true mentor is, to me, is actually our mental state of mind. So I have this thought of, Japanese say Kaizen.
Okay.
Kaizen is basically improvement.
Oh.
That is also the way that I break out of my plateau. So I want to find ways how I can improve myself also. So if you ask me, right, in my career to find a true adult, it's actually a mental state how I can improve myself. And then I will start going to my peers or those that are, superior within my career, right? I will see how they do it. So with a learning attitude to find ways, and then I dare to try out. So I'm a person who act on it. So I don't sit on things. So when I see certain thing, because this is the purpose I want to do better, right? So what I will do is I will try out. Oh, this is what they did. So I do it, but most of the time it fails. Then I'll try to improve it, step by step, and then I will able to break through each and every time. So I depend quite a lot on my peers, and these peers is not just my superior. These peers are not even within my level. They were actually those people who were reporting to me.
Okay.
So I actually sit down and share with them, hey, this is a situation, this is a problem. How do we do this? So because of that, I guess we are very close-knitted in my peers, because after all, we spend so much time, right, working and peers. In fact, I spend more time with the peers than family, because family is only at night, right? Of course, Saturday and Sunday. Besides the COVID time, because COVID, we spend a lot of time, right?
Yeah.
You look at all these years, most of the hours you spend with your peers, so that I want to, So I actually learn from one another in that situation, and then we move together.
Okay.
So that there is a lot of peer support. So I think it is important to be close with the peers, to have the common objectives, and then we learn the situation together. I guess because of that, I rise up ahead of my peers who were longer in the business with me. I guess that was how, to answer the mentor is self-taught process to me. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So okay. So it's not like finding this one or two individual as a mentor to go to, but for you it's more of like you reach out to your network, the people in your business, your peers, your superior, or people who who are more experienced. You actively reach out, do a lot of sharing, and also see what they do. That's a good point. That's a good point. But it takes a lot of personal initiative.
Yes.
I think that's true.
I think the learning attitude makes that difference.
Right.
Because there's always a lot of areas to learn from. And not everyone are specialized in all areas. So the best way is to learn from each and every one. What are their strengths? And then we try to improve where we are. Yeah.
Right.
That is, I guess, the best mentor.
Okay.
Of course, without saying it's God, my God has always been there to support me,
I think
spiritually.
Having a faith is a strength that anyone can draw from. Right? I feel so. When you feel down and you feel like sometimes you feel you're not sure where you're going, if it's correct, I think it's something to fall back on and know that, okay, this is what, I have to have faith in. I have to just keep going, keep going, knowing that, God has a plan for me.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so that's something that I can fall onto.
I know. That's good. Do you still have things that you want to do or achieve?
Actually, yes, I do. In terms of career, last year I had, I would say, a serious false alarm in my health condition. So when the doctor gave me a report that was not favorable, I then realized that in my career, if I were to take myself out of the equation, it impacted a lot in my team. So then I thought that I cannot be indispensable. Yeah, because if I am down, then I realize my whole team and organization are very much affected. So in my career, I started since last year, I then planned in such a way to transfer some of these skills and this part so that if one day, right, if I'm called to go home, then at least the people are not too affected.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something that I hope to achieve in my career, to become to become dispensable.
Again, you think of other people.
Okay. But yeah, in that sense, yes.
I mean, this is a good leader. You are a good leader. Really, when you are sick, you think of your.
Yeah, because how are they going to function, that kind of thing. Yeah, and then of course my family lah. That's without a doubt.
Yes, for sure.
But the good thing is, because I have planned enough for the family financially, I don't think it's much. Of course, cannot replace the father, or
Of
a
course,
husband or a
yes.
son.
Yes, for sure.
But hopefully the financial part of things can help.
That's good. What do you think is the bravest thing or toughest decision that you have to make in your life?
The toughest decision that I made, I think, is to go through a breakup of a relationship. Yeah. It was tough because I have a son involved. It took me a long time to make a decision because, what kind of impact it would be on him and all that. Sometimes, you can only hold it so long, and you can no longer hold it anymore. While I can think of, for him so much, I then go into a situation that I probably also have to consider about my emotions, my mental state of mind, and my well-being also. When it gets too low for me to hold it, I have no choice but to let go. And that was a very, very tough decision. And then I have to think ways how I could compensate that void and vacuum, that, because it was my decision, right? To be able to feel that void and vacuum, I would then try to find ways, what are the possibilities and all that. That was the toughest decision that I made. The other tough decision in life is all about relationship, actually. Is I never knew I would go into another relationship, because it was a disappointing one. It was a heartbreaking one. It was heart-wrenching, I would say. I never knew that another one could come along. So the fear, the anxiety, and the insecurity that comes along with it, it took me a long time. Before I accepted the next relationship. I know it sounds crazy, right?
No.
Because it's like you never have seen this part of me, right? It's
it is. I mean, I am right now. I really fully empathize when you say that was the toughest decision. Yeah, I mean, it was that was a trauma too. I mean, I think everyone we would have, at certain point, have gone through certain life experience that will be a trauma to them, and you need time to heal. And when you said that was a very tough decision, and I was in the exact same situation where I have to make that decision, whether what is best for my son. Because I believe in a marriage, right? Both persons have to be giving their best. And if I am only a half cup, I cannot show my son how to be full himself, right? In a way.
Yes.
So, and sometimes we have to make hard decisions, but we have to be very logical and try to be as sensible as possible. it's very emotional decision, but we can do things without bringing in emotions.
Yes, yes.
So such that, you know, it's the emotion that drive you to do this decision, make this decision, but you have to, like you say, your plan for the child. What can you do? How do you fill this void and things like that? So and it I think there's a lot of negotiation going through internally,
Yes,
and
yes.
also with the other person.
Yeah,
and we will just have to you know, try our best to say that, okay, let's try to do the best that we can without being emotional in the later part that will make things difficult for everybody, because we really have to focus on what is good for our child.
Yeah.
And whatever is in our you know, whatever personal feeling that, you know, sometimes you will feel that I hate this person, or I dislike, you know, I want to get back. No, but all these are very negative emotion, and it should not affect the decision or the things that you will do, because it's going to overflow and affect the child.
Yes, yes.
So that's where I think this is not marriage counseling lah. This is just personal sharing that I feel that, you know, I told myself, okay, this situation is not everyone wants to go through, but let's try to make the best of it. Try to do your best to make sure that, you know, your child will still have both parents, will still have the love from both, and nothing is going to change. I'm not going to take away anything from you. It will still be the same. You will still have both the love. It should be the way.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, the child is the innocent one, right?
Yes.
Because the decision is between two adults.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah, but that was a really tough decision. But I look back, could I have changed anything? I probably would not. But if I can look further down, maybe I would have got into a relationship more carefully.
It certainly does.
Yeah.
Certainly does. I mean, to me, right, I always feel that, okay, I mean, the past is a learning experience.
Yeah.
The next step we take, it has to be better.
Yes.
It has to be a better version. It has to be a better way to do it. You know, regardless if it's the next person or self-improvement. You have to be better at that yourself, and also, you know, be patient and, you know. I mean, it's 缘分啦, it's a fate.
It's that,
Yeah, we always have to do better in life, in career, in personally, you know. But I mean, a part of us have to heal lah, like you say. Like you say, it took you a while. You never know, you know, whether you have the strength to go through another relationship. I think we all long to have that, but because of the experience, is a time for us to. It's a time that we need to take to let ourselves heal, so that, you know, we can move on to the next one.
Actually, I was very scared to go into another one.
Yeah, I know.
It was quite tension. Yeah.
Quite tension.
I was
like
very,
not sure is.
Yeah, because, you know, after the experience, then you want to see, you know, sometimes I'm terrible in judging people. I tell you. I'm terrible, and I don't want to judge people because it can become not a very good thing, right? So, but at the same time, when you go into a relationship, you cannot not think about, you know, other part of things, and then you can become quite judgmental. Then when the relationship is going to start, I'm kind of like, oh, I better back out, because this is not, I see all the sin and all that.
It's like you're trying to protect yourself.
Correct. I'm trying to protect myself. I know it's sounds coward.
No,
right?
no, it's
I'm just
not.
Trying to like avoid the hurt and the pain, that kind of thing. But then,
it's a self-coping mechanism, actually. I know I recently I read a book it's called the Untethered Soul.
Mm.
So, is all about awareness, soul searching. And when we go through certain experience, we get hurt, we try to protect it.
Yeah.
And sometimes we try to, put so much barrier around ourselves. It's like you're putting this, okay, I'm not going to go out of the room. Okay, I'm going to stay here and nothing will happen to me. But the thing is, if you're just staying in this room, you will never see what's outside.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you are just putting the wall up higher and higher. So it's not freeing yourself actually.
Yeah.
But then it's a part of the process I think we have to go through.
Yeah.
So I'm glad your wife managed to move you.
She did. She was extremely patient.
Yes.
She understood the background I'm going through.
Yeah.
But she also gave me a lot of affirmation and confidence. I was able to step forward. Yeah. And when I look back, it's amazing. Yeah.
I know.
So I have a wonderful marriage now.
Yes, I know. Congratulations. She's the one.
Never have thought that it is possible. Yeah.
It's good. I'm happy for you. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm really happy for you.
I know, more than 10 years already got married.
So fast,
Yeah.
Time flies,
Yeah.
Time when we really fly.
Yeah.
Maybe one more thing that I want to ask is, if you could go back in time, any stage of your life, what would you say to your younger self? Do you have any advice?
I think the only thing that I could think of is actually do not jump into a relationship too quickly. Be careful of what people serve you to eat because
What does that mean?
I'm a foodie. Yeah. So after eating the food tastes nice, so therefore the relationship should start. So it was
okay, so like they say, the way to a man's heart is to through the stomach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Incidentally. Yeah.
Okay.
Indeed, yeah.
Don't take and don't cook. Don't go out.
Don't fall.
Don't fall
in
for
love for food. Yeah, it's a two different thing.
Okay. But that turns out well, what? No?
Oh no, that's how the first one did. Okay.
I see. Wait,
Yeah.
that's okay. Well, things will be different.
Yeah,
you know. Okay.
But I'm a foodie. I love food. Yeah.
I know. Singaporeans are all foodie.
Yeah.
Singaporeans are all foodie. But looking at this podcast I'm doing, I mean, so far it's very nice. I know this side of you, right? Which is it will not come out in a normal conversation.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
You're not. But thanks for sharing that. But when it comes to connection, what comes to your mind?
People.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I like this part of my career is also because I had the opportunity to talk to different people, seeing people of different ages, different life stages, different challenges in life. That to me, that's connection, human connection, which now digitally, I think it's just taking away from that, which I feel extremely uncomfortable when I connect with my friends, right? Through Zoom or through all the social media. It's just different. A hot cup of tea, raining outside.
Yes.
And then having this conversation.
Yes.
Nothing beats that. Yeah.
Correct.
I think that's all what we need, really.
Really. Like recently the talk has been just a couple of weeks ago that the Singapore suicide rates has been one like the highest, I think, which is sad. And then we start to look back and see, everyone will say that, it's the social media, we are showing all the good stuff, now that we don't really meet our friends that much, even the closest one, everything is on social media, and when it comes to work, we work, we don't, the work keeps us so busy, there's hardly time to like really connect to your colleagues. Even if there is, it will be about work.
Yes.
And then when we get home, we have duties to do. We had our dinner and we have to attend to our child,
Yeah.
homework. After homework finish, you have to do all these tasks and then to get him to bed. And by the time you sleep, it's like late and you
Yeah.
hardly have time even for yourself,
Yes,
right?
true.
So what about meeting with people, right? Meeting with your friends. You have so little time that you will feel that I have no time for my friend, and probably some will probably have not much time for even for the parents.
Yes.
So which I feel for the past 1 year, it strongly hits me, and I feel and why is because of what I just gone through the relationship, and I feel that it's not that I don't have friends around me. It's just that at the point where you hit it hard, who do you go to? Like you will seldom go to your family or your parents because you make them worry, right?
Yes.
And then, who are your friends? But then your friends, who are the close ones, right? You want to,
and the trustworthy one.
Yeah, trustworthy one, exactly. And sometimes you are afraid to overshare or share with the wrong person, and if words go out, in the wrong way, it's going to come back at you as well. So that's why I wanted to start this podcast, to really try to connect with my friends again and start talking about, what's going on in our life.
Right.
So that
I see your purpose now.
Yeah. So and I hope in doing that, whoever is watching it can also, take away something from that and know that okay, maybe, I haven't connected with that childhood friend. Maybe it will be awkward, but we used to have a very good time together. Do you want to come out for a cup of coffee, like you say?
Yeah.
Which I did recently with my secondary school friend, and it's really it touched you in a certain way.
Definitely, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I really feel so, and even though we haven't connected in that many years because of we have been so busy in our life.
Yeah.
There's still some bonding there, connection there, and she's able to relate herself, and I can see she released it a bit, and I don't think we get to do that often because we are just hustling.
Yes.
And
most
then,
of the time.
Most of the time we are hustling, and we need really need that connection with people.
Yeah.
So it's nice. I mean, I
really good to be connected with you today.
I know. I mean,
After a while,
thank you too. You like I say, you have always been one of the most supportive people, and I'm happy to do that with you.
Yeah.
But being so supportive with everyone, right? People around you, like I say, you're always thinking about others.
Okay.
Have you thought about think for yourself? And when it comes to being, you are a father, you are a good son, you are a husband. Do you feel that there should be more support in other ways for men? In areas of being, a man, being a man, I have to be like masculine. I have to provide for the family. It's not just financially. I have to provide in a non-financial way, the intangible way. I have so many roles as well. When it comes to that, women, we are always saying, oh, we need this support as a mom, etc. But yeah, how about men?
It's quite interesting that you ask this question because yeah, that is the mental state of mind, for many years until the passing of my dad. My dad passed on because of COVID, in 2021. It was tough because we didn't expect him because he was very healthy. And you know how when COVID hits a person, right? The family could not visit him because he's in a ICU, his distance, and we literally had to talk to him through the camera. And while we see him on that mask, right, it was difficult, it was challenging. I was holding it, as the eldest son, wanting to support my mom and my siblings and a lot of other things. I was holding it back until my wife said, it's okay to let go. It's okay to just release. And that's the time, right? I suddenly felt deflated.
Mm.
And I just kind of, let go whatever I could.
Yes.
That was then for myself.
Mm.
Yeah. That it's okay to let go.
Mm.
Yeah. And then from there, it was a very simple statement by my wife.
Mm.
And then I realized that, and when I was down with a bad health report, I was walking like an 80-year-old person, doubled my age. Yeah, I couldn't quite walk.
Mm.
I was on wheelchair. It was not easy because after all, I've been carrying unknowingly, right, with the kind of weight on my shoulder. That it's okay not to work. It's okay to be on a hospital bed for weeks. It's okay to have my wife to look after me. It's okay to have my wife to look after the children. It's okay to let go.
It's okay to take a break.
To take a break.
Yes.
Yeah. It's okay for mom to worry about me. It's okay for siblings to worry about me. I think as a son, as a father or a spouse, we don't need. Strength is not about carrying the load. Strength is also to be able to receive and to be able to take the support that the rest could give. Yeah.
Being vulnerable.
Yes. Being vulnerable. Yeah. It's really okay.
It's really okay. Yeah, we don't talk about this often enough. This word is okay to be not okay.
Yeah, it's okay not.
It's okay to be not okay.
Yeah.
And thank you to your wife. Really, I think you really have to thank you. Have a good wife that to tell you that and to remind you that it's okay to to let go and be vulnerable. And there's a space for you to be vulnerable. After so long, and you're carrying the load on yourself. Is hard to come by, which I think many people sometimes don't feel that you can. Like for me in my past relationship, right? I feel like I always have to work harder and harder. I feel like I have to be so strong and have this strong facade. I don't know if there's a space for me to be vulnerable. Vulnerable.
It's okay. I understand.
Right. So I think, but we all do. We all need that space. Everybody is hustling, man and wife, woman, when women break down, you say, it's okay. But men also have to have that space.
Yes.
They have to have that space to feel that, to take a back seat and feel that they don't have all these things on their shoulders.
Yes.
So I guess if there's anything, your advice would be to give yourself a break, right? At a certain point, if you really feel tired, for me, I take me time. Like my kind of me time is like, sometimes, if I don't travel often, I tend to have a little bit of leave. And I would feel that, okay, if I need to clear a leave, I will take a half day off. Or I'll take a day off. I will not stay at home. I will go out. I'll read a book. Go to a cafe. Go to a cafe. It can be any kind of cafe. It can be the normal local coffee, or it can be some cafe places. Just sit down for 2-3 hours. Read a book. Read a book. Not look at the phone or watch a social media.
Yes.
Read a book.
Yeah. Good advice.
Read a book. That's for me. And to someone else, it could be going for a swim.
Yes.
Going to a swim, or going to the beach,
Yeah.
But I feel, taking a me time to break and have a little bit of cut off. So at that point where you were down last year, right?
Yeah.
Did that give you that?
My wife was saying, hey, because of this hospitalization, I've never seen you rest. And it kind of gave you that break.
Yeah.
Of course, the great news is nothing major happened. That is the great news.
That's the best news.
It's like, to me, it's another learning lesson besides COVID.
God is telling you to take a break, Andy.
I know.
Yeah, energizer, but energizer run flat too.
Yeah. You know, COVID taught us do not take things for granted. You know, in the air that we have, shaking hands with people, hugging your loved ones, you know, being with your loved ones. That was something that, you know, pandemic had taught us. Last year, it taught me another new things. Yeah, it's okay to take a break. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to, you know, to be not okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and actually, yeah, while you are important, but you can also, you know, make that being, it's okay to be dispensable as well.
Yes.
And just stay back and then let others take the lead.
Yes.
And then, you know, enjoying that, you know, in the receiving end, it's okay.
Yes, it's okay. It's okay. We work hard, we hustle enough. Sometimes in certain places, certain areas, it's okay to, just step back a little, give ourselves a little break. And it's also a chance for, like for in your case, your team, a chance for them to step up too, right?
Yeah.
It's also an improvement for them. I mean, in a sense that it's something for them to step up in as a performance or in the,
Yeah.
definitely. So it's good.
Yeah. So I get my children to, instead of providing everything, let them do, you know, let the guys do what they want, you know, let them have the opportunity to fall down.
Yes.
You know, rather than just keep telling them, hey, you know, there's a hole here, let them fall a bit, it's okay. Let them learn.
Correct. Let them learn. I mean, of course, we take care of them, you know, we make sure they are not hurt. But sometimes it's okay to let them get hurt for a little bit. Because we talk about success so much. But failure is also something to learn from. If you have never fallen down, you will never have that opportunity or that moment that you see, okay, this is something that I can really, you know, it's a learn from. And actually sometimes it will propel you to go further.
Yeah.
If things are so smooth sailing in your life or in your career, you're lucky, that's good, but if you ever hit by something, you will not be able to take it. So like you say, child out, if it needs to fall down, okay, go try it. But I tell you, you know, this is the risk that you might encounter. So you are putting yourself at risk.
Consequences. Yeah.
So nice. I think we have a very good conversation today.
Yeah, I did.
You know,
I enjoy myself talking to you. I'm quite surprised, although we never touched on this topic. Yeah.
It is something, because at this stage when you are start to be in tune with certain things or with yourself, you tend to, for myself, I tend to gravitate towards connection in that manner. So in a sense that, you know, I listen more to people who talk about self-awareness, you know, being vulnerable, healing, and you know, just loving yourself. Because if you love yourself, you are full cup, and you can actually give out more to the people around you.
Agree. Totally agree.
Yeah. So I think reading is one of the things that, you know, I haven't been doing for the last 20 years. And I think you have to read. Everybody has to read. I don't know why I'm saying that. I don't know why I'm saying I'm advocating reading now, but we watch K-drama, we watch Netflix.
I know, right?
We can spend our time so much watching drama, you know, but it stirs our emotion, but it doesn't, I don't learn anything from that. But when I look at a good book, there's a lot of self-reflection. And I think it's a way for personal growth as well.
Yes. Totally agree with you.
Totally agree. So you want me to recommend some books? start reading.
I know. I actually don't read as much. I agree with you. In the past years, yeah. Yeah. Now that you say it, right? Actually, I should as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to read some of the books, but generally I don't complete them because of time.
Me too.
Yeah, you read the first page, second page, then after you get distracted, and then after that, the next thing you want to read, you cannot find the book. But now I guess there's digital book, right?
Digital book, yes.
Yeah, so you can always carry them along wherever you go.
And what I try to do is, when I go to office, I knock off, and then because I work at Raffles Place, that there's this open space at Raffles Place, and they put chairs there.
Oh.
And it's like individual chairs, or if the chairs that you can move around, shift around.
Okay,
so either you can sit down there with a friend, 2 or 3 friends, or you can sit there alone. So what I did now, I try to have this habit of, after I end my work, I will sit down there for half an hour to read. Just to keep me reading, to continue.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Is it sheltered?
It's not sheltered, unfortunately. But it's nice because it's outdoor.
Okay.
Of
course. Fresh air.
It's fresh air, and then sometimes they have some activity going on, people walking by the talent. Sometimes if there's event, there will be music. So it's nice.
Right. Oh.
Sometimes if it's not, it's just, it's just quiet, but just people walking by, going home, etc. But it's nice. You sit down there, there's still daylight, and you can read a book. It's quiet, and you get your 30 minutes. For me, 30 minutes, yeah, it's good. 30 minutes, I think it's short because our attention span is short.
Yeah, true.
30 minutes is good to have a read.
You're inspiring me now.
Yeah, thank you. Good. Yeah, good. Spend a little time and you can still continue your book. Because what I tend to do, like you say, there's a lot of unfinished book. I had one book I've been reading for 20 years. It's like a philosophy book.
Oh.
Because if it's a philosophy book, it's called The Open Secret by Wei Wu Wei. It's a bit more, it's inclined towards Buddhism.
I see.
Okay, so it's a bit tough. It's quite heavy and deep. So in the past 20 years, I can take a few minutes just to read a page, and I have not gotten to the middle of the book, and then I left it off, and then I have to restart again.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Restart again.
Because if you kind of lost some of the things, right? As you go along, then you got to restart.
Restart again.
I know. So that is why sometimes, when I don't foresee myself finishing, and at the tail end, right, I tend not to start. But thanks for inspiring me.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
I have
it's
an
something
ebook
that
too.
I think I should.
Ebook. Get an ebook.
Some of the very good one. I mean, it's not those fairy tale story. You want something that is with substance, with certain values.
Yes.
They could, give us a different perspective in life and other things. Yeah.
It's can be any kind of self-improvement. It can be, it can be any kind. I mean, whatever is your interest. I mean, it's good. It's just get started.
Yeah.
And then when you, right now I still have the bit of momentum. I still have to remind myself, okay, I have this book. It's going to expire soon. I better, my ebook expires.
Oh, yeah.
So I did
hurry up.
Expiry. I mean, because I borrowed.
Oh, okay.
I borrowed from the library. So there's a time frame. So you have to return it.
Yeah, I know.
Good. I had a very good conversation today.
Same here.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised.
You're very surprised. It's good, right? I mean, it's nice. I didn't want this to be like career focused. Like there's a lot of podcasts when we talk about careers and how we can do well. I mean, everybody needs that. That is very essential because that's like a bread or butter. But for me, because it's a very personal journey, I like to be more. I like this to be more have a more meaningful and deeper connection with my friends, and provided that they feel okay to share.
I know. I was when you asked me, I was not hesitating at all. I'm more than happy to talk to you. Yeah. Because we have been friends for so many years. I know that we met from the street, right?
Yeah.
But there is also me who want to reach out to people, talk to people, to be connected. And we could have done this a lot earlier, but it's never too late, right? As I
Never
shared,
too late.
because we fast forward 20 years down the road, and then when we look back, we have this conversation we probably all laughed about.
Yeah, we'll 20 years later, what? 60, you'll be what?
Oh dear.
You're looking at that, oh no.
70 plus.
Yeah, that is
I
something
know.
that I mean, it's special. I mean, good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Rachel,
no.
for this opportunity.
No, no,
Yeah,
no,
to be able to
it's
share the other part of me.
it's an opportunity also for me. Yeah, really to put myself out here, you know. I hope there's something that we can do more to help.
I wish you every success to be able to do this, you know, with all your friends. I think it's going to be a treasure.
Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you.
it's going to
I
be a
hope
great
so.
treasure.
It's going to be.
Each gem you put it in that little treasure box.
Thank you,
But then when you look back, it's something, that you'll be proud about.
Yeah, thank you. I hope so. I hope this will reach out to more people, connect with our friends, our family,
Yeah.
find a space for ourselves and be fulfilled.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great purpose. Thanks, Rachel.
You did it.